Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rug Reviews. This is going to be episode 3. Sorry for the huge delay. I know I said I was going to be super consistent with uploading, and I was trying to be, but I had some other projects that I've been working on with some friends of mine, and I've also been searching for jobs and doing other things along the way, and I've been making rugs also. So yeah, gonna try to be more consistent from here on out because I'm still getting more people that want to be included, and so the list is just getting bigger and bigger, so I have to stay on top of this. So thank you to everyone that has reached out thus far and wanted to have their stuff looked at. I really appreciate it. And so similar to last time, it's just going to be 5 creators, just to keep things short and sweet, but also to make sure that every single person gets their shine and gets valuable feedback, because I don't want to just rush through a bunch of them at one time. So yeah, so let's get started. So the first artist of the day is K Collects. So they reached out and they said, I'd love to be featured on your next Tufting community video. I've been tufting for a little under 8 months and made 19 so far, which that's some pretty good numbers to be, only doing it for 8 months and you made 19 so far. Also though, under 8 months, and let's take a look at the work here. The line work is beautiful for these rugs. And I really like this before and after because you can see just how much detail is put into the process once the tufting is done. Because the before already looks pretty good and pretty neat, but you can see after how well they sculpted and shaved and made it look, they made each rug look pretty 3D, which is pretty hard to do. I still struggle with that, so great job. And I really like this Mario one in the bottom right here, because it's, as you can see, it's like Mario's figure, but in the face it has like the different aspects of the game inside of it. So I think that's a super unique and creative idea. Super well done. Good job. Thank you for submitting these to me. Everyone go follow K Collects, go give him a like, go give him a follow. And the other thing I should mention too is sometimes these creators, they DM me through maybe their personal account, and maybe they don't have a rug account yet. So just keep that in mind. If you are following these people and liking their stuff, that they may also have a separate rug account that they just didn't DM to me, or maybe they haven't made it yet. So look out for that and keep that in mind. So thank you, K Collects. Okay, the second artist is at B_rugs. They said, hey, recently came across your videos on YouTube as I've just got into the hobby making my own rugs, only done a few so far and still learning, but love your work, bro. Keep it up. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's always nice to hear. Sorry, notifications going off. It's always nice to hear that I, inspired people to do rugs, or that they love the work that I'm doing. So thank you very much. So let's take a look here at some of these rugs. The Wu-Tang one I obviously like because I'm a huge fan of Wu-Tang. If you haven't heard their music, go check it out. What I really like is this one on the bottom right. And the reason I say that is because, if I'm not mistaken, this must be a more recent one of yours, because it appears that you have started to clean up your lines a lot more, and your edges as well. And the shaving just looks better overall than most of the other ones. Not to say the other ones are bad in any way, but I can tell that there was a lot of improvement in this bottom right one, which I really like to see. Because for me, when I first started, a lot of my rugs looked the same, and I wasn't really doing anything to improve them. And then I would say there was a point where I started to learn about shaving techniques and sculpting and things like that. And that's where I started to get more customers, and I was able to do more detailed and more intricate rugs, because I started to figure out that process of after tufting. Because I feel like not only is the tufting important, but after is might even be more important, because that's where you get to fine tune everything and make it look super nice and clean. So super well done, B Rugs. Shout out to them. Go give them a like, go give them a follow. And yeah. Oh, another thing I want to mention, kind of going off of what I previously said about maybe people have a rug page, maybe they don't. For future reference, for the people that want me to review your rugs, if you are sending it on your personal, send me your rug account as well so that I can tag it, or also send me any other social pages that you may have, especially if you have a YouTube, because I'd love to add your YouTube channel in my description and things like that. So once again, thank you, B Rugs. So the third artist of the day is at Nate Bing 10, and these are some of my favorite rugs that I have seen thus far. I know we've only done 3 episodes, but still, these rugs are incredible. Let's start at the bottom right here. I say, thanks, man, appreciate it. Here are the same rugs. The left is my very first one, and right is the one I did after making 5 rugs. Keep up the good work. Once again, the left one's already looking pretty good, but you can see the perspective's kind of off. It's a little bit crooked, whatever. Not that big of a deal. But then on the right, you can see just how much this person improved in terms of line work and shaving and sculpting. These two side by side, also another note, if you have side by side before and after stuff, please send it to me, because I really like looking at how your process evolves. And this is a great example of how to improve your rugs overall. And the left is the very first one, the right is only after 5 other rugs. So this person is improving dramatically, which I love to see. We'll take a look at some of the other ones here. I mean, obviously, all of these are super clean and super neat. I really, really like this dog one. And I spent a lot of time looking at it, trying to figure out why I liked it so much. And I think it's just the simplicity of it. It's just black, white, a little bit of orange. And this is in no way disrespecting Nate Bing 10, but it's relatively simple, right? Like, you can see the shape is not too difficult. The separation of the black and the white is not too difficult, but they made it so clean by doing such good line work and sculpting and shaving that it stands out and it looks 3D, even though it's just mainly 2 colors. I know there's orange up there, but it's mainly 2 colors, but it looks 3D. And same goes for a lot of these other ones, the pumpkin one down here and the ghost mask up here. Same thing. Relatively simple designs, yet executed very, very well and at a very high level. So thank you, Nate. Everyone, go follow, go shout him out, go show some love. I appreciate the submission. So next up, we have Zug Rugs. We'll start by watching the video that they sent me, which just shows the process. Nice setup here. I want to change my yarn setup too to make it look like that, because I think it's a lot cleaner. So we see they're using 3 strands, which I've never used 3 strands before, but we'll see how it turns out. I like this POV perspective too. I don't know if you have like a strap or something to hold your phone or whatever, but I really like it. So there you go, sculpting in between each color. That's a nice way to go. Yeah, this is a great video so far. I really like the process. Oh, a nice little hook for your gun too. Yeah, that was great. That was a nice little process video there. And then we can see some other rugs on the side here. One on the frame and one off the frame. The one on the frame is super, super detailed. Oh my gosh. I gotta zoom in on that a little bit to really get to see all of the intricacies of it. Doing a person's face is really hard, especially with a lot of colors like this, and you execute it super well. And it's on the frame, so I can tell you haven't even like fully shaved it all yet, which for it to be this good and not even been shaved yet is super nice. And then this top left one, I mean, some of the best line work that we've seen in sculpting and shaving right here. This is just incredible. Once again, and I hate to be a broken record, but making a rug look 3D like this just really makes it stand out. And I think is really going to satisfy your customers. Because a lot of times, let's take a look down below with this other one that isn't fully shaved yet. This one is super, super good, but you can tell that it's not as 3D as the one above in terms of, and when I say 3D, some people will actually shave different colors at different pile heights, and that would definitely make it more 3D. But even here, it looks like all the pile heights are the same, but it's the way that it's sculpted in between, like for example, this lighter purple and this darker purple, and even the separation of the red in the eyes. Having those clean lines in between is what's gonna make it appear 3D, even though it may be all the same height. So, super good job, Zug Rugs. I really appreciate the submissions. Keep up the great work. Everyone go follow, like, shout out, whatever it may be. Okay, and moving on to our last artist here is at Nicholas the Knife. And they sent me one of their rugs. They just sent me one of their rugs on the frame and then off the frame. And first of all, I really like this because I'm gonna assume that this is an original piece, which I always like to see. Don't get me wrong, I love all the characters and logos and things like that because I do those all the time. They're a lot of fun. But I also like when people think outside the box a little bit more and do custom creations, especially here where everything is kind of boxed out. The one custom rug that I did that I was really proud of was a similar thing where I just had a bunch of excess yarn and I just wanted to see what I could create. So I created patterns that kind of just fit into one square, kind of like this, and I really like the way it turned out. And what I also want to point out with this one too is you can see, this is why I said I like to see the before and after, because you can see how cleaned up it is once it's off the frame, cut, and it's been shaved. You can see a lot of fraying in this top left corner, the one on the frame and stuff, and then it's gone in the next picture. So super good work at Nicholas the Knife. Keep up the great work. And yeah, send in some more rugs if you have a chance. I don't have a problem with just sending one, but I'd like to see more too. So yeah, everyone go follow, go shout them out, and give them some love. That concludes this episode of Rug Reviews, episode 3. I appreciate it as always, and I hope that these videos may help you guys get some exposure or maybe a customer or two, because that's what I want. The ultimate goal for this to be is, there's so many people that make rugs nowadays, and I didn't realize it as much until I started making this video. Obviously I would see it on TikTok or Instagram or whatever it may be, but it always seemed like it was the same people that I would see every single time. So I like seeing how diverse this community can be, and all the different designs that people come up with, because realistically there's an infinite amount of designs that you can do, and there's an infinite amount of ways that you can execute a rug, as we've seen with Mo Rugs did one where it was a lower pile height, and then there was longer strands hanging off, and then there's ones like these where it's a bunch of different colors put together and designs, and then there's also the classic ones of like logos and things like that. So I like to see all of the different designs that the community makes. So I hope these videos are helping you guys get the exposure that you deserve as artists. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna be more consistent because I owe it to all of you that have submitted to me. And I also just want to mention, I have been opening my phone lately and I've been flooded with DMs and messages and likes and comments and things like that. And it used to be a lot easier to manage, but I will say that right now with the momentum that these pages are having, I'm having a tougher time keeping up and having, conversations with the people that do DM me. So keep in mind that I see them and I know that they're there, and I'm doing my best to respond to each and every one because I want them to be meaningful. I don't want to just send you, one-word answers. So as always, thank you for the support, and I will see you guys in the next video.